What's up guys, Husto7 here, and today I got a video about character creation in Destiny Beta. The Destiny Beta released on the Xbox One as of yesterday, so it's if you guys got codes for that, it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed playing it, and this is going to be taking you through the character creation and a glimpse of what you can expect from the full game, or if you're just booting up the beta for the first time, what you will first be exposed to. And that, as always with every RPG, is going to be to pick your class and create a character. So there are 3 primary classes in beta and in Destiny Beta, and this is, I guess I should say, in Destiny period, because based on the achievements list, it looks like these are going to be the 3 classes in Destiny. It's not like that there's some omitted for the beta or anything. These are going to be the classes at the release of the game as well. So the 3 are the Titan, the Hunter, and the Warlock. So let's start from left to right and start talking about the Titan. The Titan is more of like a tank class. You can see it's got, it says you're an armored engine of war. The tank is actually, the Titan, excuse me, is kind of how I started playing my first character. It's been a lot of fun. You'll see that when you hover over this, you get these 2 abilities. So the first ability listed on top is something you will be able to unlock in the beta, while the second, you can read what it says, and you can see that this gives you an indestructible shield, which is really cool, and it also covers your allies, so that seems like it'll be a really cool thing. But unfortunately, you won't be able to play with any of those abilities because they require level 15, and the beta is going to be capped at level 8, so you won't be able to unlock that. There's also something in the menu about a subclass, but I'm not sure, and I can't report on necessarily what those subclasses are because, again, that's something that you have to be, I think, level 15 to unlock, and the farthest you can get in the beta is 8. So for right now, we'll just talk about what you can get, which is that first ability, Striker. Now, I also want to mention, I know I'm spending a lot of time showing this image, but I want to mention that that ability can be used in multiplayer. It's probably one of my favorite things. It'll say you're fully charged, you run in and smash down, and I've gotten, you know, double and triple kills with it before when people are capturing control flags. So it's a pretty cool ability. I'm assuming that means that the bottom ability, in this case the one called Defender, that makes you indestructible, can also be used in multiplayer. So again, you won't get to see that during this beta because you can't get that high of level, but I'm expecting that that is something you would be able to see when the full release of the game comes out in September. Alright, the next class we're going to talk about is the Hunter, and the Hunter seems more of like a, you know, if we chalk this up to like a sort of typical, you know, MMO RPG roles or something, this is kind of like a high damage, a high DPS player. So you can see that it says you're the master of the frontier, stalk and kill. So the Hunter actually has like a throwing knife. That's one of the abilities that they're able to unlock, like an instant kill, similar to the things that we've seen in like a Call of Duty or something, and that's a pretty cool ability that the Hunter has. Also, this gunslinger weapon is just a absolute beast. It's pretty much a one-shot. I've been hit by that gunslinger gun a couple times in multiplayer, and that's it's pretty brutal to see it pop up in the kill feed. So again, we don't know what Blade Dancer is going to look like, but honestly, the Hunter looks like a really cool class. That's probably going to be the next class that I'm going to make, since my Titan is already max level. I'm probably going to end up playing all 3 of these, but the Hunter does look really cool, and he looks like he's got some really cool abilities. Okay, so moving on, we're going to talk about the last class, which is the Warlock. And the Warlock seems kind of like a hybrid. If you've played Mass Effect or something, it's kind of like a hybrid with the biotic and the weapons. So this Voidwalker ability, I've also seen that in multiplayer, again because these can be all used there, and that's a pretty devastating ability that this player gets to use as well. So this player combines sort of these abilities as well as what he uses with the guns. So and each of these characters will have sort of something specific they can unlock. For example, my Titan character was able to unlock unique grenades and was able to unlock a more powerful melee. So when I'm in melee range, I can choose to do like a super punch when I melee those. Those other characters are not able to do that. For example, like the Hunter unlocks a throwing knife instead of those grenades. So each of these characters has a little bit of a different play style, and you might want to try them out to see what you like. Once I'll do like a comprehensive report on all the abilities you can get in the beta after I level each of these characters up to level 8, and then I'll be able to report on all the abilities that they have. But just keep in mind that you're going to want to pick that based on your playstyle. But after you pick your class, moving right along, the next thing you're going to want to do is get into customizing your appearance. And this is going to work just like the same way you would think it would work in other games. In addition to the 3 classes, there are also 3 races or species, or I don't know what to call those things. But you can see that there's human, Awoken, and Exo, and you can choose to be a male or female in either of those. And the navigation for this is really simple. You just move the joystick around. I was wondering how it was going to work on a console. I mean, there's been Skyrim and other things, but it seems to work really well, and you can make some pretty cool characters. They've got these different options, these kind of like things for these kind of like, he's like a mechanical sort of robotish looking person, and I don't know, I think these were really cool. And you can customize the color, you can customize the marking. I'll even cut down here where you can give him like a little bit of a paint job, which I think is pretty cool. At first I had a hard time seeing it, so then I set it to red, and then you can see that he's got some pretty cool, I really like this white-red combo. My next character will probably be something like that, but we'll go back out to where we've got the other abilities. I'll choose this one down here, the Awoken. And you can see that very similar. You can choose a face structure, you can adjust the skin color, you can adjust the lip color if you really want to, or the eyes. You can pick a hairpiece, and then you can also, with this particular thing, for example, in the last class, the EXO, we were able to pick those little things coming out of his head. Well, with the Awoken, you're able to pick a marking that's going to be on their face. So we'll come down here and we'll start adjusting the markings, and you can see there's not as many options as there was with the EXO, but there's some options that you can pick, and you can also adjust the color of those as well to fit your playstyle. And the last class you can play, obviously, is a human, and you can pick male or female. You can adjust the face. Here, sort of maybe picking the lip color makes a little bit more sense. And similar to the Awoken, you can also pick the marking on the face, but since this was a human female, that sort of just almost looks like makeup or something. But again, you can adjust the hair and you can adjust the color. So it's pretty, I guess I'm going to use that. I feel like it seems sort of basic, but that's kind of nice. I don't like necessarily when character creation is a little too overwhelming and there's just way too many options. And really, most of the time you play the game, at least for me, I play the game in first-person mode, meaning that I'm not actually, seeing my character. Really, it only switches to third-person mode with the helmet down when you're at the place called the tower, and that's pretty much the only time that you're actually going to see, maybe as far as at least in the beta, the face of your character. So that's a kind of rough, quick going through of the picking a class and the picking your character. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to stay tuned. Today I'll have lots of different Destiny videos coming out covering everything from the multiplayer to the single player, what you can expect, abilities, all sorts of stuff. So be sure to subscribe and check out the links in the description for some of the other videos I've got for Destiny coming out. Thanks so much for watching.